welcome back once again to Vicious Rinse, and of course I am your host, you YouTube Messiah, and often imitated, never duplicated superstar, Tim Vicious. And we're going to go over Raw this week. Was in Lexington, Kentucky. Now, before we get into the show, big news that did occur over the past week since last week's episode. Tessa Blanchard put a thing out on Twitter saying, hey girls, let's not shit on each other, let's try and build each other up, which, oh, the floodgates then opened, and pretty much every woman that has worked with her in the independent scene opened up and talked about on how she would chastise, bully, intimidate them. And at one point, Allison Kay wound up saying that Tessa was straight out called this one girl over in Japan the N-word. And, you know, here's my personal take. It is really easy to throw out accusations on people on the interwebs. You know, I'm not saying that she's innocent without it, you know, but I was always brought up with the idea of, until they give you a reason to think they're lying or treating you like, or they are a shitty person, hold out the benefit of the doubt. Do I think she's probably done some of that shit? Yeah, definitely. You know, ain't none of us saints. I've fucked up and I've done my fair share of shit that, you know, all I'm saying is, thank God all the bad shit that I did was around. I did all of that long before any of that kind of stupid shit could get put on the internet. Otherwise, I'd be answering to a whole lot of problems. But I don't condone that kind of shit. I don't condone, you know, bullying, intimidating, looking down and shitting on people in that way. You know, if someone's being an idiot, you know, and you need to slap some sense in them, be like, hey, quit being an idiot, that's one thing. But if you're being a bully, you know, and trying to throw your weight and your power around, no. That shit don't float with me. You know, and racism especially does not float well with me. I do not go with that one bit. I don't stand by that. I don't condone that one bit whatsoever. But for everyone that's saying that she's racist, I'm just... Quick question though. Y'all do know that she was running around with Ricochet and she is engaged to Daga, right? I mean, again, I'm not trying to say she's innocent, but I'm just saying, you know, just so y'all are clear. Now then, with that said, let's switch gears, pop into last week and talk about SmackDown via the SmackDown Rewind. Big highlights from last week's SmackDown. Johnny Nitro Morrison Mundo Impact Esquire the 23rd finally returned and came back into a WWE ring. As great as it is to see Johnny, God knows how many names he's going to have before he finally retires, back in the WWE ring, I can't help but think, you know, when season 1 of Lucha Underground first came out, he was doing these interviews comparing Lucha Underground to WWE, saying WWE is ground chuck, whereas Underground is filet mignon. And yeah, so Johnny, let me ask you, how's that ground chuck tasting? So yeah, they wound up they're building up a feud between yeah, see, the motherfucker's got so many damn names, I don't even know what the hell to pronounce for him. They're building up a feud between Miz and Johnny going against New Day, which, honestly, I'm all for that. It's a fresh coat of paint in the tag team division. you know. Other than that, big highlights that did occur. More build up for the Universal title match between Daniel Bryan and Fiend. We're seeing more of a slow build between Lacey and Sasha. You know, they were supposed to have a match that night. Sasha wasn't there. She's out working on a rap album, which I'm pretty sure is going to go about as well as John Cena's rap album. Ooh, yeah. But, other than that, really, you know, the only other big storyline that was like, now, actually, now that I think about it, big highlight that did occur, and I almost forgot about it, and I did put this down in my notes to emphasize, and that's my bad, you know, return of one Robert Roode from the wellness policy violation. He came back. So Corbin, Ziggler, and Roode all beat down Roman and the Usos. And yeah. So with that said, let's get into this week's show. It starts out with Randy, yes, Randy, coming out, talking about on how, you know, he was told to come out here to hype up the crowd for the show tonight and for the Royal Rumble, but he instead wants to go in, get in the face of one AJ Styles. So them two start going back and forth. AJ was saying, I don't know if you paid attention last week, but I won the match doing the RKO, and everyone was saying it was best damn RKO ever. In fact, they were even saying it was phenomenal. And, you know, I can just use that to clear through 29 other guys and win the Royal Rumble. And then there was McIntyre. Drew came out point blank saying, so you're gonna have to go through me, and you two are gonna argue over who's got the better RKO. I hate to break it to you, but my Claymore's bigger. Phrasing, boom. Which, once he said that, Randy just, boom, threw the mic up like, fucking done. Fucking done. Yeah. Drew pretty much won that argument. The second he said, my Claymore's bigger. Who says you can't put innuendos like that in a kid's show? Or in a PG show, I should say. So either way, it winds up leading to a triple threat match between McIntyre, Randy, and AJ Styles. You know, starts out with a really schmaz kind of opener where, you know, it just, ugh. But had a nice pace, it was a good build. It was more so, a lot of the action was more so focused on Randy and AJ, which, fully understandable, you know, you're building up the story between them two. And by all means, I'm all for that. You know, build story. That's what I'm a firm believer in. Build story, you build good story, you build a good story to tell the lead to the action that goes into the ring. You know? That's my philosophy on it, you know? But, you know, now botch. Hands down, best part of this match was Randy and AJ hitting each other with each other's finishers. AJ, boom, popped an RKO onto Randy. Randy kicked out of that. Randy started to build a little bit of a comeback. Next thing you know, Randy sizes AJ up and hits him with a Styles Clash. Yes, Randy Orton hit AJ Styles with a Styles Clash. Just take that sentence as it is. Yeah. So, all in all, it was a pretty okay match, you know. It was an okay for an opener, you know. The Randy and AJ stealing each other's moves was pretty much the highlight of the match. Came to an end when Randy wound up hitting a RKO on the Styles. Then, just as Randy got up, McIntyre, boom, popped Randy with a Claymore. Randy got out of the ring, and then Drew hit Drew pinned AJ. Got the 1, 2, 3. That was it. Next matchup, we got Ricochet against Mojo fucking Rawley. Yeah. This was... Ricochet pretty much was leading the entire match. It came to an end when Ricochet hit him with the recoil and then the 630. Later on in the show, you see Mojo fucking Rawley beat the Attack and injured R-Truth and pin him to steal his 24/7, 48/7, 7-Eleven, MySpace AOL Time Warner Television European Championship. So yeah. And R-Truth was injured because he was in the ring saying he was going to go declare his entry into the Royal Rumble. Then he found out Brock Lesnar was in. He was like, I will officially undeclare myself now. And then Brock beat the shit out of him. So yeah. So next up we got women's action. We got Charlotte Flair going against Sarah Logan. This is a rematch from the big brawl that happened last week. And this did not disappoint one bit. I fucking loved it. I liked this one. You know, good, solid, you know, it was a good, solid, kind of like a brawling match, you know. And, yeah, goddamn, it was good. I fucking loved it. Charlotte got the win with the figure 8, you know, but take it as it is. You know, you can go and shit on it and say, oh, well, they're just giving Charlotte another win. This one's getting married. This. Shut up. You don't always need a win to get over. But consider the fact, how long have people been saying Sarah Logan needs to be on Raw? Sarah Logan needs to stop working main events, this, that, and the other. She's now getting a chance to get on Raw. You know, she's not going to get she's not going to get a tippy top tier spot on the card right away, obviously. So let her do that. Let her get it, you know, take a handful of losses. Build yourself up, obviously. So next up we come to Bobby Lashley, Rusev, and Rusev really started out going really strong at it. Lashley was leading, right? Lashley wound up picking up momentum, was leading after the commercial break. Nice little comeback by Rusev, which then just as he was about to go and put the accolade in, next thing you know, Lana distracted, and then thus led to Liv Morgan coming out, and good God almighty, Liv Morgan coming out in that outfit. Whew! Should have been a crime. Anyways, she comes out, next thing you know, her and Lana start spitting words at each other. Lana grabs a cup out of a fan's hand, splashes it on Liv, throws her against the apron, then against the guardrail. Rusev sees what's going on out of the corner of his eye. He said, what the hell's going on out there? Huh? Turns back around, next thing you know, Lashley spear hits him. 1, 2, 3, Lashley wins. Thus, Lashley and Lana winning again. Later on, they do a backstage interview. Lana issues an open challenge to Rusev and Liv Morgan to do a mixed tag match next week, which they very much so gratefully accepted. So next week on Raw, we're getting Bobby Lashley and Lana against Rusev and Liv Morgan. Next up, we got the Viking Raiders doing an open challenge match against the Singh brothers, which, yeah, they're going against the Bollywood boys. I'm pretty sure you know on how this goes. Next up, we come to Aleister Black versus Buddy Murphy, round 3. And this time, well, I'm not going to lie. The whole time I'm watching the match, I'm just sitting there thinking, you know, damn, this got a different feel than the last two, you know? Because, I mean, the last two, very nice back and forth. But this one, Black was really pretty much leading the pace the entire time. I mean, there was some back and forth in it, yeah, but if you watch it, if you watch it this week, you watch this week's match between them two, honestly, it was just Aleister was leading the pace the entire time, you know? That match came to an end when Black hit Murphy with not one, but two black masses. The first one was done, 1, 2, and then the ref said no, his shoulder was up. Here's the thing. They only show the camera angle from the foot side. They don't show it from the other end with the shoulders. So, honestly, we got no way of knowing if his shoulders were really up or if that was supposed to be part of the show or what, but either way, after that, Black just looks like, alright, fine. Bam! You asked for this. Picked him up. Boom! Hit him with a second one. 1, 2, 3. That was it then. And then you just see Buddy Murphy outside, leaning up against the rail, up against the security post. Like this, looking like he's in the middle of having a mental breakdown, like that. So our next match is Erick Rowan going against a local jobber, which is always fun to see because who doesn't like seeing a giant, who doesn't like seeing a 6'10" gorilla murder some 100 and something pound guy. Probably the best part on this was while Rowan was coming down, Murphy was still there. Charlie Caruso came out to try and interview him. It was just like, no, 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 no. And the best part on this squash match with Rowan right here was he went to go and try and show the jobber what was inside the box. He wanted to show him what was in the box. But instead, he didn't. He went to open it up, put his hand in, went, ow! Damn! Like he got his hand bit, and you could see it, he had a big red splotch on his hand. I don't know if that was most likely work blood. That was most likely stage blood. But kudos to the ref for putting on gloves to keep with the sense of realism of hey, there's blood. We have to treat it like it's an open wound, you know, obviously. And then, yeah, he did the Iron Claw Slam. So now we come to main event of the night. Big Show, Owens, Joe against Seth and the AOP in a fist fight, which, okay, the rules for it are no countouts, no disqualifications, and no countouts, no disqualifications, and the match only ends when the ref winds up declaring the team can no longer respond. So, yeah. This pretty much sounds like a last man standing. I mean, without the numbers, obviously, so. Either way, here we go. Show's coming down. Next thing you know, Seth and AOP come out. They start hitting him. Then out comes Joe and Owens, which leads to a big fight. The fight was actually split up between the two parties. Joe, Owens, and AOP were all the way up near the entryway and the commentating table. Big Show and Seth Rollins were over by the ring. Now, the funny part on that was when Show was getting the advantage and beating the shit out of Seth, Buddy Murphy, who was still there looking like he was in the middle of a mental breakdown still, Seth's going over to him like, you gotta help me. You gotta help me. Come on, help me. Help me, please. Please help me. And now, as far as the fight between Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, and the AOP, holy shit, was that good. My God, that was freaking nuts. I absolutely dug the hell out of that. That was good fighting. You know, at one point, Owens literally ran did a wall run like you see off of like a fucking video game off of the LED board, and then did a cannonball off of it. Yeah, that was just fucking cool to see, you know. But Joe and Kevin Owens got taken out of the match when Joe, he got beat down, laid flat on the commentator's table, and then AOP powerbombed Kevin Owens onto Joe through the table. Then they came up to go and help with Big Show. Now, Big Show, just as he was getting ready to go and do that knockout punch to Seth, that's when Buddy Murphy got his wits together, came back in the ring, and boom! Low blowed him. Low blowed Big Show. And then AOP came in, and then Show got the crap kicked out of him. So Show wound up getting a double team power bomb done to him, and then Seth did a curb stomp. After that, the ref was like, all right, yeah, that's it, ring the bell, ding, 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 ding. So your winners were Seth Rollins and the AOP. Now Buddy Murphy is with this new stable as well. So yeah, that is it for this week's show, folks. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes. Make sure you look for me on the Twitter at Tim Vicious. Also, folks, on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. If you're going to look for me on the Facebook gimmick, let me know you found me on there from here or the Twitter at Tim Vicious. I don't think I keep John going. Big ups to my executive producer, Ali Rewind Ben, who did provide the music for this week's show. It's out there on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and such. Details are down below. Also, you want one of these sweet Ali Rewind shirts? Hit me up, I'll talk to the man for you, or contact him yourself on that Facebook gimmick, Enriquez. Show that man some love and support. Big thank you to major contributor to the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. A little bit of wrestling, a little bit of men, and a whole lot of women wearing a little bit of nothing. Also, folks, don't forget to follow these cool-ass cats right here on the Twitter at Somali Jenny Killer DSP _IV Diabolica RA Sergeant Curry Pants Daddy MWP. Folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck you.